How do I determine whether lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither? The day that I tried to record it and capture it doing the typing, it came out blank. It didn't show up for some reason. You guys remember anything about parallel lines from last year?
Yep.
What do you remember? They're parallel, good. And they have the same slope, don't they?
Yeah.
They have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines wait, what? Perpendicular lines, their slopes are negative reciprocals. Slopes are negative reciprocals. And if the lines are neither parallel or perpendicular, then they just have different slopes. But they don't fall into the negative reciprocal category. Can I move it yet?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the word that's showing up all the time here? Slope, right? Parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative reciprocals. If the lines are not parallel or perpendicular, then they just have a different slope that doesn't fall into the perpendicular category. So the equation for the slope of a line, slope, also called M. Slope is equal to rise over run. And that is the change in y. That's your y2 minus your y1. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. It's also your vertical change. Vertical change over horizontal change. Questions? Good. All right, draw your 4 little coordinate planes. All right, look at the direction in the upper left-hand coordinate plane, the direction of this line. What's the direction of that line? Where does it go? Up and to the up and to the right. Any line that goes up and to the right, that's got a positive slope. That's a positive slope. So any line that goes up and to the left would have a negative slope. If something's graphed on the coordinate plane and you're asked to find the slope of it, you can look at the direction of the line right away and determine if your slope's going to be positive or negative.
Why isn't the first one down and to the left?
Because we always talk about rise and run. So we always talk about up and to the right or up and to the left. Since slope is rise over run, we always rise first. Okay? And it just eliminates confusion. If we agree to call this line going up and to the right, then we don't have to bring the word left into something that has a positive slope. Right is positive, up and to the left is negative.
Are the next two going to be like horizontal and vertical?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, horizontal line. Yep, that's got a 0 slope. That looks like, that's 0 in the numerator, guys. Okay, that's 0 over 3 maybe. 0 over 5, 0 over 1. Because if you're on this line and you're at a point, we're at the blue point on this line and we want to get to the other blue point on the line, how many are we going to rise? We're not going to rise any, are we? We're staying right on the line. And you can run 3, 5, 7, 10. However many you run, you're still going to be on that line. It's a horizontal line. Okay? Go back to the positive slope. And if you're at this point and you're going to rise and then run, you're going to rise a positive amount, aren't you? And you're going to run a positive amount. You're running to the right. You're going to get a positive slope. If the line goes up and to the left, you're going to rise, and when you run, you're going to run left. And when you run left, you got a negative slope. Last type of line would be vertical. Vertical line, that has an undefined slope. Now you can rise as many as you want. But how many are you going to run? 0. So that's maybe a 5 over 0. That's your 0 in the denominator. That's when you type it into your calculator, 5 divided by 0, it says error. That's your undefined slope. If you type in 0 divided by 3 and hit equals, it'll be equal to 0. Alrighty. Any questions? All right, so page 191, example 3. Determine whether A, B, and C, D are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. For A is at 1, 1. And B is at, where's B? B is at -1, -5. C, point C is on a line at 3, 2. And point D is on a line at 6, 1. So are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? This is line AB and line CD. So find the slope of each line, right? Find the M and compare it. So your y2 minus your y1, you got -5 minus 1 over your x2 minus your x1, -1 minus 1. -5 minus 1. -6. -1 minus 1. -6 divided by -2. +3, right? +3. So your m equals +3 here. What direction does that line go? Up and to the right. Very good. Let's find the slope of CD. 1 minus 2, change in y, divided by your change in x, 6 minus 3. 1 minus 2? -1. 6 minus 3? 3. What's the slope of the second line? -1/3. Yes, sir. Are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? These lines are perpendicular, aren't they? Because remember, 3 is the same as 3 over 1. Okay? So this line is perpendicular to this line. AB is perpendicular to CD. Their slopes are negative reciprocals. Any questions? Okay. Page 193. (28 to 33). And then on page 194, (34 through 39). Check your odds and headline, please. Check odds and headline.